All right, so there's a couple things that I want to get in today, including an update on my Palantir investment, the new product that Palantir just launched, and also the new impact studies that you can see on Palantir's website, because I think they're pretty interesting and they give a pretty solid insight into what Palantir's products actually do, what their use cases are, and what their effects or impacts could actually be. Anyways, let's start with my Palantir investment. So I know I said that I was going to stop at around 1,500 shares, but the price of Palantir stock has been so low recently that I just couldn't help myself. So I picked up approximately another 127 shares, give or take. So my current investment is now at 1,634 shares, and my overall cost basis is $16.84. Now let's talk about Palantir's new product that they just launched, which is Gotham Europa. And this is basically geared towards intelligence agencies and police services and those types of organizations based in Europe, which is going to be probably one of Palantir's fastest growing market segments over the next few quarters, given everything that's happening there. Now, I'm not going to dig too deep into the technical specifics of this, but essentially it's an upgraded platform for intelligence and law enforcement agencies, although I'm sure there's going to be other use cases for this, that provides a few additional features that the previous Palantir Gotham software did not. And these upgrades are going to help Palantir users get the most out of data and also have those safeguards in place to make sure that people that shouldn't be accessing certain types of sensitive data aren't actually able to. For example, a lot of these new features are going to enable better collaboration and cooperation among Palantir's users. And so, for example, they've got a few new features, including Dossier, a chat feature, and Slides feature. And according to Palantir, these new features are going to streamline live, secure, and synchronous collaboration among the real-time users of the platform. Another couple of really cool aspects of this are that they've beefed up the machine learning and the AI analytics portion of the software so that it's better able to analyze reams of image or video or audio data and to actually recognize patterns and pluck useful pieces of information from that and then provide it to the human decision makers so that they can make better decisions. And this is essentially the Centaur model of artificial intelligence, where you've got the computer programming running behind the scenes. It's not making decisions, but it's analyzing and doing all this brute force work that human beings just can't possibly do at a fast enough pace. And then the system is taking that information, distilling it into what's actually useful from it, and then providing that to decision makers to actually make the call on what to do. There's a cool new promotional video on Palantir's YouTube channel that goes over some of these features, and I recommend checking it out if you're interested because it goes into a little bit more detail. All right, moving on now, let's talk about the impact studies that are on Palantir's website. Now, I'm not 100% sure when they actually added these to the website. They haven't been around forever, but they really do give a good look into what Palantir can actually do, which I feel like is one of the major issues, in that a lot of people don't seem to have a solid grasp on what this platform is and how it can help businesses, governments, and basically any organization improve efficiency and scalability and do all kinds of stuff with their data that they weren't previously able to do. And so they've got 4 featured impact studies on here featuring real businesses that are interesting to look at because they show you exactly how Palantir is helping each one of these 4 businesses accomplish something that they couldn't do without Palantir software. Now, I'm not going to go through all 4 of these in depth, but just as an example, the first one is the Pacific Gas and Electric Company. And if I scroll down to the bottom here, you can see the final impact. What Palantir is providing to PG&E is that they're helping with preventative maintenance, they're helping with data integration, and with decision orchestration. And that last point is kind of what I was talking about with Gotham Europa, where decision makers are faced with massive amounts of data, and it's basically impossible for a human being to process that. So you really need a software solution like Palantir that can help churn through all that data, recognize patterns, and then provide useful information that then can be used to make decisions. Anyways, just reading here from the little summary they have, it says that Foundry provides PG&E with a complete operating picture of the grid. And this is obviously a utility company in California. So they're collecting data from all of the different data sources across the utility network, and that data is obviously incredibly important if they want to maximize the efficiency and the output of the network. Another cool part of this is it says that Foundry enables PG&E to protect high-risk parts of the grid by switching its electrical system on and off at critical junctures. And this is an interesting point because I'm sure Palantir Foundry software is showing them when they've got potential issues. So it's recognizing problems before they arise so that the decision makers can recognize that in the Foundry software and then actually make real-time decisions to shut something down before it blows up so that it doesn't overheat or whatever. Now, I'm not an expert on utility grids, but this sounds like an incredibly useful software. And that's just one of the examples. Of the other 4 impact studies, there's different industries. For example, Grupo Globo is a media company based in Latin America, and according to Palantir, they're helping the media giant harness data across its multi-channel products to achieve a digital transformation. So what does that actually look like? Well, I guess they're analyzing data on who is actually consuming their media so that they can approve their advertising across their different media venues. So obviously that's an important thing if they want to maximize the potential ad revenue that they can earn. Anyway, so yeah, the point of today's update is to show that there's a lot of positive news coming out about the company and the moves that they're making behind the scenes, even though the price of the stock is down almost 40% over the past month. Although I do take heart in the fact that it's not just Palantir anymore, it's basically all of the tech sector, especially the growth-focused tech stocks. Across the board, everything is down. And so the fact that Palantir is making the right moves behind the scene, increasing the size of the sales force, launching new products, going out and getting new clients, and also that they have such a sizable cash position and absolutely no debt still makes me incredibly bullish for the future of this company, despite the short-term setback in the price of the stock. And when I invested in this, I knew that it was going to be a long-term buy and hold play. And while I may have been early, like people say, I don't think that I'm wrong.